Have you ever walked into a room and felt something watching you?
A pressure on your skin.
What if the haunting isn't supernatural, but biological?
Some places truly feel haunted, not because of ghosts, but because your brain is reacting to forces it cannot interpret.
Invisible physics, ancient instincts, evolutionary memories whispered through the dark. And once you understand them, you will never trust an empty room again.
Your brain evolved in a world full of predators. It is always scanning for danger, even when you aren't aware of it.
Most of the time, this system protects you. But sometimes, it misfires. And when it does, you don't just feel confused. You feel watched.
Scientists call this the sensed presence phenomenon, a biological hallucination older than human culture. Isolated climbers report it. Sailors lost at sea feel it. People in silence experience it. When your senses begin to fail, the brain invents someone else. Certain places naturally trigger this effect. Basements, attics, empty hospitals, quiet forests.
They disrupt your sensory system. Low light, when your senses falter, your brain prepares for danger.
And the fastest way to detect danger is to assume something is already there.
Infrasound, extremely low-frequency vibration, can trigger dread, anxiety, and hallucinations.
It distorts your organs, your vision, your balance team, without you ever hearing a sound.
many haunted locations are simply vibrating.
Rising carbon dioxide levels can also trigger fear. Your brain panics long before you understand why.
Temperature drops are one of the strongest triggers of the haunted feeling. Your body senses danger before your mind does.
Even small drafts can activate ancient instincts designed to detect predators in the dark.
Many haunted places sit above shifting pockets of cold air, nature's way of fooling your survival system. Magnetic fluctuations can interfere with your brain's temporal lobe, creating a sense of presence. This region controls memory and fear, distort it, and your reality begins to bend. People exposed to unstable magnetic fields often report the same thing. Something is in the room with them. Toxic mold can induce paranoia, anxiety, and hallucinations, making the brain misread harmless shadows as threats. Low-frequency vibration can push your eyes to misfocus, creating moving shadows where nothing exists.
This is why empty hospitals feel haunted. Silent machines, infrasound, cold airflow, and memory all collide.
Quiet forests trigger predator detection systems that have not updated in thousands of years.
Your ancestors survived by assuming danger in silence from. That instinct still controls you today.
Houses inherit memories, not spiritual ones, but environmental ones. Your brain detects patterns of former activity and fills in the missing people.
These trails are fragments of your brain predicting movement, Ting. Not of ghosts, but of you.
Staircases amplify airflow, magnetism,
and infrasound land. One factor might not fool you, but together, they convince your survival brain that something is wrong.
Your body can feel vibrations your ears cannot hear, Pang, and your brain labels them as danger.
Old buildings shift constantly, and your instincts interpret every movement as something approaching. Your brain predicts footsteps behind you, and if the environment is unstable, the prediction becomes a hallucination. Doorways and thresholds feel haunted because your brain expects something to emerge from the unknown. Long corridors trigger depth perception errors, making shadows move when nothing is there.
Cold drafts wrap around your skin differently than warm air. Your brain misreads it as a touch.
Goosebumps are not fear. They are your predator defense reflex, activating without permission.
Darkness lowers visual accuracy, forcing your brain to invent shapes to compensate. When the brain cannot identify an object, it chooses the safest option. Assume it is alive. Attics and storage spaces feel haunted because they are visually chaotic and full of unpredictable shapes.
Your brain is programmed to detect faces instantly, even when none exist.
Mirrors in dim light cause delayed recognition. Your brain sees a stranger before it sees you.
That delay triggers a deep instinct. The thing in front of you might not be you. Echoes confuse spatial awareness that your brain loses track of distance and invents footsteps that aren't there.
Wind creates phantom movement. Your brain assumes intent behind randomness.
Peripheral vision is primitive.
Your brain sometimes predicts motion twice, creating phantom figures beside you.
Corners of rooms are perceptual blind zones. The brain fills them with imagined presence.
Silence amplifies internal noise. Your heartbeat, your breath, your thought.
And when your mind reaches its limit, even your own biological signals feel like something watching you.
A haunted place is not defined by ghosts. It is defined by how your brain interprets the environment.
Your surroundings change your biology, Siduri. Temperature, sound, light, and space all alter.
When predictions fail, your brain enters a state of hyper-alertness, the birthplace of haunting sensations. Shadows become longer. Movements become sharper. Every detail feels loaded with intention. Your amygdala begins to fire constantly signaling danger even when none exists.
Your brain fills the emptiness with possibilities, often the darkest ones.
A creak becomes a footstep. A breeze becomes a touch. A shadow becomes a watcher.
Your own breathing echoes back at you, and your brain mistakes it for another presence.
Because in haunted environments, it is not your conscious mind that takes control.
Your unconscious takes over, Mammy. An older, more primitive intelligence.
It guides your movements, shapes your perceptions, and decides what you fear.
Places with long histories amplify these instincts. Your brain senses human stories, even when none remain. A location that has held fear, suffering, or death carries an emotional imprint and your brain detects.
Not a supernatural presence, though, but a psychological resonance left behind by human lives.
Your brain predicts danger because the environment suggests it, not because something is truly there.
Every haunted place is a mirror, reflecting the fear's evolution carved into your mind.
But once you understand the science, the shadows lose their power.
Awareness rewrites the experience. The fear melts when the truth becomes visible.
This is Arcane Knowledge, where dark science meets hidden truth.
If you want to understand the fears that haunted humanity for thousands of years, subscribe.
Because the real haunting has always lived inside the human mind, not outside it.